Hey, it's me back with another message just of some guidance for those of you that need it. And for those of you who just like to support, I appreciate you. Right off the bat, I can tell that not everyone, but those of us that need it, it's been really emotional. Going on at that theme of darkness that we've already kind of been on. And I want to really emphasize that I really want to help people who are trying to master like that shadow work that needs to happen. And just to go into more depth about what shadow work is, I want you to think about all of the things about yourself that you're kind of you don't like, so to speak, or kind of the first thing that comes to mind is like those fears that you have. The things you kind of suppress about yourself that you don't want other people to know. The thoughts in your back of the head that you kind of deny. The truth of the matter is we all have work to do. And the beauty in shadow work is that when you confront yourself and you confront your shadow, those issues that you call issues actually start to help you, because your shadow actually wants to protect you. And in the sense that sometimes it almost is overprotective. Therefore, those thoughts and those things that you're always thinking that you know aren't really helping you, it's because there's a fear of something happened to you in your past that you don't want to happen again. So sometimes it's actually our shadow that's making a lot more decisions than us. And something we all need to learn on this life journey, right, is to trust our higher self. And as soon as you start unlocking what makes your shadow, your higher self and your shadow start to work together. And then that's when we actually start living, because you'll realize you'll stop making decisions out of a place of fear. And you'll actually be making more informed decisions, which will actually show you more of what your true path is. So with that being said, I kind of did a pre-shuffle already, and a lot of the message I was getting was one in the, what is this deck? Dreams of Gaia. I love this deck because it really challenges me to channel into get messages off the cards that may not go with the typical tarot deck, right? And it goes a little bit deeper. So off of those cards I got was, I think the first card I got was the Crone. Granted, the Crone is dope, because right when you hear it, you think old lady, right? No. The Crone is dope. And the Crone is dope because she's gotten to a point of her life where, one, she doesn't have children. Two, she's very aware of what she's been through. And three, she don't give a fuck. She's living her life. And in that card, you'll see she's in the dark. I'm sorry. Sorry. I was about to gross. She's in the dark. And my favorite part is the crows right here. You kind of see the past. And then she carries her staff. But then at the end of the staff is this life. The staff is dark. And for me, that symbolizes us taking everything that we're afraid of, but using it to light, right? Actually, her darkness is what sheds light on things that need to be seen. So for example, if you find yourself in situations where you are needy, or you feel like you're attracting people who need healing, men that need healing, women that need healing, and you tend to overstay because you think you need to fix them. I was talking to my friend about this, so actually I think I was meant to talk about it. You probably have something in your shadow, probably about abandonment or not feeling always wanted. Maybe you're a sibling that like was always kind of overshadowed, right? Maybe you're used to people always seemingly being better than you. So like those things, like we cling on to things sometimes that actually feed the lack of, or the things we didn't get when we were younger. For me personally, I'm still learning like to overcome. Oh God, this is hard. I've had to work on myself and not being so like nice, in the sense that like if you're nice, people are always kind to you, right? But in a superficial way, because like for me it was like if you just kind of are quiet and do what everybody says, they like you. But what sucks about that is like you don't actually get to know who you are and like get to know your true and your values, because like you're always worried about other people disagreeing with you. As a middle child, that's kind of the role I played. You always just don't want to like, you don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. You just want everybody to be happy all the time. And as I've gotten older, I've realized like that's also played out in my relationships. A lot of people find that I'm more people-y and things like that. And granted, like I think it's a gift as well, but also you have to be careful because sometimes people kind of just expect you to go with what they want. Right. And that's something I'm working on. Even in my relationships, like a past relationship, a relationship I was actually talking to one of my friends about today, was like, I've always wanted to please people, even my partners, that like I would hate for arguments to come. But now as I'm older, like I know arguments are almost a gift because one, it shows you that you're human. Two, we're not the same, and that you can work through an argument. You can work through things. And if you're exactly the same as someone, then it's kind of boring. Not only is it boring, but like you really can't push each other to work on themselves or to heal the things that need to be healed, because you're always trying to please the person. And then also that kind of gives them permission that to do what they want. And that was like something I had to learn the hard way. But I'm good now, so don't try and blame me. I'm still learning, but I'm a lot better. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to use the Sacred Geometry deck first, just to kind of get a theme. And we can talk about that, and then we'll get some other cards. And the ancestors have been coming through strong, so we're going to use that deck too. Okay. Sacred Geometry. Okay. Ooh, my hands are so small. I don't know if you can tell, but it's so when I have these big cards, it's just hard to. First card out is Delight. Creating moments of intense joy, experience of intense joy and happiness, and also for others around us. Ooh, okay, y'all all came out. Discernment, integration, and coherence. I don't know if I need another one, but 4 sounds seems like them. Yeah, compassion at the bottom of the deck. Discernment, right? Taking time to weigh things out, viewing the world viewing the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Compassion's at the bottom of the deck. Integration. Before I even started this, when I did my pre-shuffle, I already knew, like, I feel like I was thinking love and integration all day. So it's no coincidence that integration came out, because I feel like that a lot of us are in that place in our lives where it's like integrating everything you've learned. You know, like when you're younger and you're in grade school, you don't really think about well, actually, that's a lie. You're always like, what am I going to use this for? And the teacher tries to give you an answer and stuff. But that's what integration is: finding a way to be all of you throughout the day and being okay with that, like, flow. Um, Integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. So when we talk about doing shadow work, when we do that work, we actually learn to use our shadow to help get in balance with our higher self. Your shadow is actually what helps protect you. It wants to protect you, you know? And like a lot of times I've heard the death of the ego, right? And the ego can be toxic to a point where it holds you back. But the ego is actually meant to like protect ourselves from like danger and things like that. And I think the shadow works in the same way. You and your ego, like there has to be a balance of it. When you are walking somewhere you haven't really been before, your shadow and your ego kind of like bring a shield. But then when you start to talk about pride and how you really don't want to change, then that can be a little toxic, because change is inevitable. And we have to learn to be able to do that when it's time, or to be able to flow when you need to. The last card we have is coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. All of these things, delight, discernment, integration, coherence, are tools that we need to create the life that we want to live. When we find time to discern, when we find time to integrate, when we find time to find delight in the things that we do every day to amplify compassion around us, we are able to walk more freely. We are able to walk in trust and in love that I know that I am on my path to do what I am supposed to do. We are no longer looking for validation from things outside of us, but actually walking with validation of ourselves from within ourselves. And then that in itself becomes enlightening for others, because it becomes less about, oh, what are they going to think? Rather than it becomes less of what are they going to think, but more of what do I think about this? And allowing that intention in itself to lead you where you need to go. Okay, now I'm going to pull from, I don't know. I think I do want to pull from Dreams of Gaia, just because like that's what I've been pulled to today. And then I'm going to pull the Ancestor deck. Like I said, I'm going to try and not make this video so long, but also I understand that like when it's time, okay, y'all gonna see. Okay. First of all, at the bottom of the deck is self. Okay. That's because that's what we're doing. We're working on ourselves so we can make a better earth. Plus the dream of Gaia. Okay, anyways. So this is what came out. Body and mind. Okay. We've got, I believe this is 2 of air. And I just want you to look at this. Light and dark. 2 of air is usually what? 2 of swords. But we're not going to worry about that because I feel like this is straight up balance. Look at that. And then look, I love this. I often do this because like it does. Like if you just do that, it kind of brings you into balance. And it's like you're connecting the left and the right brain. Wait, the left and the right brain. Like it comes together. Some of us are more heavier on one side than the other, but when you take the time to connect, you just feel like the circuit. You feel the energy just going throughout your body. Faith. Faith in what you're supposed to be doing. Faith in the fact that you are who you are. You are an enlightened being. You are a spirit. You are a free soul on this earth. You deserve to walk whatever path you feel like you need to walk in order to accomplish what you're supposed to accomplish in this lifetime. But in order to do that, you need to have faith in yourself. You need to trust yourself. And you need to trust that you can do this. You know what you're doing. Everything that you're looking for, all the answers that you need are inside of you. There's people in this world who feel the calling to help others. Like right now, like I've always ignored the calling that I need to help others. Like, yes, I've done it in my education and things like that, but I've always felt like I was meant to do something. And I feel like having the guts to get in front of a camera just to share that, even if it's like 1 or 2 viewers a day, like that's still me doing what I'm meant to be. I feel like we doing what I'm meant to do and being who I'm meant to be, we underestimate the power of helping one person. Like it's really cool to be followed and like seen by hundreds and thousands and millions of people. But man, the responsibility of one person is powerful. Like the life path of one person is important. It impacts us all because we're all connected. So if you can help bring balance to somebody's world by being balanced yourself, like that's a gift. And I hope you honor that about yourself. Because I also something else I'm getting is like a lot of people are feeling stronger. They're scared, but they're stronger. They're feeling like, yeah, like I do have a voice. I can do this. And you're one of them. So do what you're meant to do. Help somebody. Help your kids. Help your colleagues. Like any way that you can bring some type of peace or balance, find it and do that. Last card we have was the Sage. Okay. Sages are very they're knowledgeable. They help, similar to the way we see shamans. The sage is the person who knows, who can see, who is like very much trust that they are protected in the sense that they have a message to get across. And until that message comes across, they are always being protected. Like that message is so divine that it has to carry out through them, if that makes sense. But look again with the owls. Sorry about the light on the card. These are really glossy. You see his torch, but look at the protection, the wolf. Then you have the owl, the ancestors. Man, it's very strong energy. And if you haven't felt comfortable enough to tap into your ancestors, if you are feeling a little doubtful, I just want to remind you, you yourself, your body is a creation of many cells from many, many people from many lifetimes. You would not be here without the connections of people from thousands of years ago. So if you are doubting that your existence is divine, I'm here to remind you that you are a divine being. Those connections are important to who you are, and you have come here to do something, to carry out something. So please do not doubt yourself. Stop doubting yourself. And when we get past all of the BS that surrounds us every day, you should be able to see that you are worth so much more than a 9 to 5, than a paycheck that you think tells your worth. Abundance comes when you trust that you are abundant and you have much to give. And abundance isn't just money. It's love, it's friendships, it's food, it's air. Okay, so don't feel like you are forsaken in any way. And I know that comes hard to believe sometimes, but it is so crucial for you to know that you are valued, and not in the sense that there is a money mark on you, but in the sense that this earth cannot come into balance until you realize that you are needed and that you are important. The earth needs you. All of everything on earth needs you. We are relatives to the earth. And all of us are being created because for some reason, Gaia believes that maybe this next wave, maybe this next wave. If we can get more people to believe that they are relatives to the earth and that they can make a difference, they truly will. All of these distractions are working because they're meant to distract you from realizing you are powerful and that you can tap into yourself, into the true you, and you can unlock so much knowledge. Stop doubting yourself. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Unknown Tarot. So remember, right now, I think it's about bringing our shadow into balance. And granted, this isn't something you just do. It's a constant ebb and flow. One of my favorite readers is Lulu, House of Oshun, and she says, sometimes we go up to the attic and sometimes we go to the cellar. Okay? Some of us are feeling a lot of pain and we're scared to go back there. But I'm trying to tell you, stop fighting yourself. As soon as you confront yourself, the sooner we can get to what our path is actually about. Father of Wands, Death in reverse, Five of Swords. This is ego. This is ego. Refusing to let the ego die, at least to the point where you start believing in yourself. When we turn this way, this is rebirth. This is energy of the phoenix. Right now, we're like this. It's time to let the tower fall. If it's not working, let it go. If you're attaching yourself to things, to pride, you are going to lose out on true abundance. We aren't meant to attach to things. Attachment is what brings us suffering. Granted, we come to this life to do that because that's just a part of it, right? We attach to things, we attach to people. But if you don't learn the art of letting go, You will be standing alone. King Cobra, dope, right? But really, you're just waiting for this destruction. Okay? Don't destroy yourself by avoiding yourself and avoiding what needs to be done. Let the tower fall. Trust yourself to be reborn constantly. We're never going to get it perfect. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Okay? You got to find the balance. Okay? Stop playing mind games with yourself. Your hope. Okay? A lot of us are just coming into these new ideas, maybe a new hope for the future. Okay? Maybe some of us just had a child, a little girl. But trust, there's hope near you. And you have to be the one to be able to see it, though. Because it won't help for someone to point it out to you, right? Like you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to challenge yourself to live in gratitude, to learn, to create the habits to learn and grow in gratitude. There's a whole new future ahead of you. You have to be comfortable with the darkness around you, too. Okay? And with hope, there's patience. You have to be able to trust that it is coming to you. Okay? You have to be patient. You have to temper yourself. It's coming. But if you're always waiting, you're losing out on the present. And if you're always attaching yourself to things, then this process becomes harder than what it needs to be. The death process is a part of life. Things die to be reborn. But if you cannot let go, things can't happen. Things can't happen for you. And therefore, we continue to be imbalanced. Okay? The mind games with yourself have to stop. Listen to yourself, but not the fears. I saw something today that said, don't give your fears a home in your mind. Yes, they happen. We get scared of things, but like you're not actually supposed to be afraid of yourself and like the things you could accomplish. You know? Let's go ahead and get some ancestors. Also at the bottom of the deck was Five of Wands, of course, because there's probably like a lot of energy of competition around us. People watching you, probably not for the greatest reasons, probably just waiting for you to fail. Don't worry about them. And don't let your pride get in the way. Do what you need to do so you can move on to the next version of your life. Okay? Don't worry about nobody else. Because honestly, if they're worried about you, they off their path too, right? We all came here to do something. Connect with our tribe members, elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Okay? Trust your ancestors, but also trust the fact that they were on this earth doing the same exact thing, trying to figure it out. And there were things and distractions that got in their way. Okay? But there was hope for you. That's why whatever connections they made, you are the continuation of that. You have the opportunity right now to break ancestral patterns, ancestral curses. Okay? Something I've done that it's been really hard is alcohol. After my uncle passed away last year, I first had started not drinking hard liquor. Direction, guardian, choose your path. I decided after my birthday, because at that point I was abusing it. And I see now, like, some of us find things outside of ourselves to distract us because we're afraid to just confront what's really hurting. And we can go in detail about that story later, but I've been now alcohol free for, oh my gosh, almost 5 months. Oh my gosh, 5 months. Forever to go. Can I just tell y'all that, like, as ancestors are fucking real. I know mine are working with me, which is why I was driven to do this work right now. And literally every card that just came out, this is the Ancestor and Angel deck, has been Guardian. Except with the exception of the Elder. So we had the Elder. Y'all, we're being helped. Direction, Guardian. Guardian Angel. Some of y'all are seeing a lot of feathers. Trust you're going in the right direction. Trust that you are being protected. You are not alone. Protection, Guardian. Ancestors come through. Third eye popping. Crown is popping. Medicine, Guardian. Healing information is coming through. Trust yourself. Get rid of your pride. You can do this. Pay attention to your surroundings. Listen to what makes your body feel good and listen to what makes your body feel ugh. Okay, pay attention to your gut. It's there for a reason. Okay, let your pride go. Integrate all the lessons. You don't have to keep relearning them. Integrate the lessons. Okay, goes for me too. Trust me. I'm still learning. I'm still learning to cut ties with people that ain't even in my life no more. But it took a while to get here. I can honor the fact that I'm in a new place, but sometimes we still have to cut ties with people that aren't even here because you're still living in the past with them. And that's a lesson I'm learning right now. Let them go. If they were here, if they wanted to be in your life, they would be. Okay, y'all. So I don't even think I need to read these cards to go further. Integrate all of your lessons so that you can move on to this next stage in your life. Okay? Hard work is hard, but it's so rewarding. I wish you guys all the love and just the best vibes I can send to you. I know it's hard right now. I know it's hard. I know a lot of us are just feeling like, what can we do? But just know you are being held. Okay? You are bigger than this muggle body. What drives you isn't just flesh, okay? What drives you is your inner spirit. And if you would just listen to what calls to you internally, you can wake up a little bit happier every day. Okay? I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you the next time I make a video. So, do your shadow work, confront yourself, and trust you are protected. Okay? Trust yourself. Rest and trust yourself and integrate. All right? Love you. See you soon.